Libra. And I do think we are going to do an extended. I think we need one. Okay, overall energy right now with this person. They wanted me to start with my oracle deck. Disillusionment. There's something disappointing clarity. My opinion just changed. Let their actions speak for themselves. Don't put the cart before the horse. Someone might be making excuses. I was called to use my astrology deck to figure out what a theme is between the two of you. Chiron, which is about healing, and then Mercury, which is about messages, communication, the way we travel and move through life, the way we learn. I highly recommend getting in touch with your Mercury placement, because the truth is most of us are walking around showing the world our Mercury and our Mars placement more than anything else. So know your Mercury sign. There could be an issue between the two of you in regards to the way you communicate. This is about healing communication. So maybe someone needs to say something to create a feeling of safety and security, but with Saturn at the bottom of the deck being the issue, thinking about the future. Let their actions speak for themselves, but communication's a problem. Okay, so you have to watch this person's words as well as their actions. Like, don't put the cart before the horse. Slow down. There needs to be more structure to communication. I think that you may have an issue with the way this person communicates. The two of you may have different love languages. Spirit's saying let actions speak. So if words of affirmation are your jam, but words are not something this person's good with, they're more of an action person, this might be grating for you or a little confusing or difficult. You might be you're disappointed. You'll be disappointed by something. Someone will be disappointed by something. There'll be some sort of little disillusionment where they just weren't who you wanted them to be or who you thought that they would be. So there will be a disappointing communication. Saturn does want structure. I'm hearing this person talks too fast. They talk. They might do like a lot of word salad where like you don't really understand what they're trying to say. Communication is a struggle. I'm hearing someone either doesn't say enough or they say too much. This person also has a lot of Aries traits. I love Aries to pieces, and I have Aries in my chart too, but some of their traits can be grating for people. They like to be in control. They love to be like a grand orchestrator because they're the magician, they're the alchemist. So is Gemini and Virgo. So this person has a magician archetype. They like to be the alchemist. They like to be the one setting things in motion. I really get the sense that this person can sometimes be a little self-absorbed or self-focused at times. They're doing something right now that seems to be making you nervous. Overall energy of the person coming towards you is the Six of Wands. The way they feel about you is the Ace of Wands. They see you as the magician, but they may want to manifest something here with you. And I think that's really what's happening here because you've inspired them, Libra, but you need to know this right now. They want to be the one in control. They want to be the one in charge. They want to take the lead. They have a very strong masculine energy in this way. That's not bad or wrong, but it looks like it might rub you a little bit the wrong way or maybe confuse you. Okay, what you need to know or your advice is the Emperor. Here it is. So we have lots of Aries on the table. And then the final outcome is the Two of Cups. Eight of Wands, there'll be messages. The Fool is here. This might really excite you. Yeah, it might really excite you, but I see that you're going to hold back. Strength. So right now, this person sees themselves as the Six of Wands. And I have to say, in their overall energy, this person may send you a lot of like really upbeat, happy messages. Something is happening in their life that's making them very happy and very proud of themselves. But there's something about it for you that seems to irritate you a bit. So the Six of Wands, they're really happy. On top of the world here. Clarifying this is Death, the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. This person did get some cards about needing time to heal and being on the mend. So with Death showing up, Like on the surface, this person never lets anybody see them sweat. They may have something that they're celebrating right now that they're really proud of, but they have been through some sort of an ending. There's been some sort of a transformation. They may have Scorpio in their chart as well. If you have Scorpio in your chart, nothing is subtle about the cycles of life. Like Scorpio brings in very intense, meaningful, gravitas, dramatic energy. So this person's been through quite a transformation. Again, on the mend came out as an oracle messages for them and needing time to heal. I think they're at the end of a healing, like a death cycle, a healing cycle. They're coming out on top. They're thinking about their future, Three of Wands, and then the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this person's got a lot of Aries energy, a lot of fire energy. All the fire sign energy is coming out here. They're ready to go. They're thinking about their future, and the more they think about it, the more excited they are. So I feel like this person's, you know, been through some stuff and they feel like they're coming out on top and they're getting their mojo back and they're getting really excited and they see themselves as like wild and passionate and rebellious and full of fire. I always love this Knight of Wands with the volcano exploding in the background, right? They're ready to go. They're ready to pop. And they just think the world of you. I was like, well, shit, Libra, you're really doing it for them. Libra and Aries, if this person has Aries in their chart, it's like Aries and Libra often are really interested in one another, but they also repel each other. Like you're just exciting the crap out of this person. There's like an alignment here between the two of you. It's like Mars and Venus, because the way they feel about you is the Ace of Wands. They're excited. They see a lot of growth potential with you. Clarifying this is the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords, and the Sun. Wow. Okay, so for my feminines, holy crap. Like if this is how they feel about you, Libra, you are just the sun that's shining right now. They think you're a great idea. They think you're intuitive. They think you're smart. They think you're optimistic. Whenever they think about you, they light up. They think you're somewhat intuitive and mysterious. They also think you're very intelligent. Also, I hear that you like light this person up. You pay them compliments. You pay people compliments. You see the good in people. They like that about you. I think you make them feel good about themselves as well. And seeing you as the magician, clarifying this is the Four of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So when this person looks at you, one of the things I heard was they think that things come easily to you. Now, if you happen to have the line 2 Hermit, who's also called the Natural, that's an archetype of one of the 6 archetypes they talk about in the I Ching and in human design. The Magician is like that line 2 Hermit and a natural. They're a natural. They have beginner's luck. Some things in life come very easily to the line 2. So they may see you like that, where like things come naturally and easily to you. Like you just start working magic with what you've got. They think that you don't even need to put a lot of work into stuff. Sometimes they think you dream up your best work. Great new ideas, Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. Also, I think that if the way this person sees you might be like, they want to take their time and you might have like woken them up out of a slumber, because with the Four of Swords and the Ace of Cups, it's like, wake up, Sleeping Beauty. They do want to manifest something with you, but they don't want it to disrupt an intellectual foundation. I'm sure you don't want to disrupt your intellectual foundation as well. I just heard someone say, what does that mean? You want your thoughts to be stable. You want them to be foundational. You want to build upon sound intellectual knowledge with this person. You don't want to live in some kind of a fantasy with them. I don't know that they want to live in a fantasy with you either, but they definitely see you as someone that can manifest your dreams into being. They want to manifest this with you. I almost feel like they want you to hold still and let them completely create this. Here's what you need to know, or your advice, the Emperor. Now, the Emperor could be a father figure or a husband kind of figure. So this person could be married. But also this could just be how they are as a person. This might be something about yourself that you need to realize as well, Libra, because underneath the Emperor, very logical, very structured, very practical, very in charge, very in control, a very good leader. Sometimes the Emperor can be a little controlling or a little bit of a stick in the mud. When you get to the status of the Emperor or the Empress, it's not easy. That's not an easy job. So they can maybe be a little controlling sometimes, but clarifying this is strength, the Seven of Swords and the Magician. All right. Somebody here likes to have it all their way. They also have quite the ego that they don't want everyone to realize about them all the time. I also think that this person has a little bit of a competitive nature. They're a little bit of a trickster. I'm not hearing that they like to play games. They want to be the orchestrator. They want to be the one that creates the whole thing. They don't like that role being taken away from them. So if you're that kind of person or they're that kind of person, y'all might butt heads a little bit. This person might also... They keep some things to themselves. This also might be something that the two of you kind of cook up together right under someone else's nose that sort of is a watchdog for either one of you. And maybe this person needs to keep something a secret from the Emperor. Maybe you're keeping a bit of a secret from the Emperor. But I'm getting that it's this person. And here's why. Let me just jump to this right now. I was like, Spirit, can you tell us a little bit more about this person's personality? I was called to pull out one of my human design decks, which isn't the easiest deck for me to navigate and maneuver because it's weird, but they said this is the one. And what came out was the incarnation cross of the Alpha and a channel 3420, which is about charisma, power in the now. So look at how clever this guy is. He so looks like the Aries magician here. This is about influence, also about fantasizing, alertness, and mental reviewing. So just listen to the way this is described. This person may literally have the cross of the Alpha, which your incarnation cross is a combination of different points in your astrology that point to like your overall destiny. So this is just what this person is like. The cross of the Alpha takes its name from the defining energy of the 31st gate, which is about a seductive type of influence. So they do like to influence and they do like to seduce. The influential quality of the 31st gate points the way and influences the direction of groups and collectives. Okay, so they're an influencer and they like to be a social influencer as well. They also like to provide solutions. Yeah, this person's a salesperson. They're like a salesman, saleswoman. They're good at that. They're good at seducing people towards them, influencing them, and providing them with solutions. This is actually, the cross of the Alpha is a really badass destiny, actually. They have a strong mental acuity and a hyper awareness because of the 24th gate, and the 44th gate with the 41st gate to combine. This person does a lot of dreaming and fantasizing. They have a really great imagination and they're hyper aware of where they can make their fantasies and their dreams come true. They also do a lot of mental reviewing. This cross has enormous potential for leadership, control, and seduction. They like to sway people. They like to influence people for good reasons. They do. So they do kind of want to seduce you, but only so that they can be in control and take the lead. Well, if this is like part of their purpose, then of course they're going to look for situations where they can do that. So Spirit's trying to say this is something about them you need to know. This person is also very charismatic, which is great. They have high energy levels. They like work that's very empowering. They are a very intense creative force. They want to flourish. They have a strong sacral response. So when something lights them up, they're just like, wow. So I think that there's something about you that really excites this person. But you need to know, like when this came out, I was like, oh, this totally makes sense. This person does like to be the one that makes everything happen. They like to influence, they like to control, they like to seduce, and then they like to provide solutions. So for any of you, if this is something work related, you need to know that this person doesn't want to necessarily do a lot of the work and get their hands dirty, but they like to provide the solutions. It's a true leadership kind of role. So in a relationship, you just need to know that they have this propensity at times. I actually have this propensity at times, although this is not my incarnation cross. Mine is the cross of endeavor. I'm just here to work really, really hard, and I love it. But that's what this person's bringing in. Final outcome is the Two of Cups. You will have good heart-to-heart interactions with this person. They do want to talk to you, clarifying this is the Star and the Three of Pentacles, but they see you as the Six of Swords. Eight of Wands, lots of messages. The Fool, wee! They are cute. I think this is you holding back. This person might be a little much for you because I feel like they want to talk to you about like freedom, healing. Like I'm hearing something like, I'm so excited about this next chapter of my life. I want to share it with you. I want to talk to you. Hey, Libra, are you listening? And you're like, yeah, I guess. That Six of Swords looks a bit disinterested in the Three of Pentacles. Now, there's something here happening between the two of you. Now, because we have death and we also have the Star, this person may have been through something and they still are in a healing process, but they're on the tail end of it and they're feeling really good. And they do want to share it with you and they do want to talk with you about it. But again, there's something that needs to be healed about the way they move through life and you move through life and the way the two of you communicate with each other. There needs to be some sort of structure that you both feel good about. There will be this disillusionment though. One of you, your opinion will change about the other. Don't put the cart before the horse. Slow down. This is so important because with all these aces and all this optimism and all this excitement, it's really important to truly get to know them and see them for who they really are and let them see you for who you really are. Don't let this person, because here's why I'm saying this. Someone that's got this magician and emperor thing, and then we've got this little ego thing and being sort of coy. I'm sensing that there might be a little bit of a power struggle. This person might try to groom you for something that they don't need to do that with. If this person is like they run their own business or they're in charge a lot or they're used to a lot of that, or maybe they had a father that was that way, they're that way now too. Like where it's like they're a manager and an entrepreneur like all the time, even in romantic relationships a little bit. And they are very charismatic. Here's what you need to know about them a bit more. They are on the mend from something. Violets are blue, loyalty. They're a loyal person. They love hard and they are loyal. Fire in my soul, inspiration. Here it is. We got the Ace of Wands twice. It's coming out basically again. They respond to being inspired, okay? They also like loyalty and love. True love. They are on the mend from something. What they want to say to you, Libra, is I do need time to heal. Right now I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you, it's about me. You need to know that. This person does need some healing time. And this really spoke to me. This isn't about you, it's about me. This person is very me focused right now. That's what they need to do. I think they've been through something and now it's like, new things are starting for them and now they really feel like they're on top of the world, but they're still healing. Also, they do a lot of showing out. I'm acting like I don't care about what's happened between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. Ugh. Okay, this person is running a little bit of a strategy too. This card is really about like, I want to be really in control of my responses. I am very careful about who I allow to see my emotional reactions to things. They really want a lot of control. Also, they think you're very smart. Your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart and I really enjoy our conversations. Libra, don't let this person steal any of your ideas, okay? I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I just did. But they do think you're smart. They like talking to you. They just won't show you much of an emotional reaction. See? And this is something that they do a little bit on purpose. I also hear that this person, this is an unconscious thing for this person. They don't really realize that they do it. They don't realize that they do it all the time, but on some level, they do know they're doing it. So they're the Four of Swords. So maybe they have decided that now it's the time for them to manifest you. It all has to be on their terms, on their conditions, in their time. It just helps them feel more in control. They like the idea of like pulling you in, the seduction. So they see themselves as the Four of Swords, then the feeling is the Two of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Wands, messages. I wanted to know what the messages were about, the Nine of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the King of Wands. Okay. I think this person will communicate with you over the next few days when they feel like it, when they have time, when the mood strikes them. I also think they're kind of busy right now. They will send you messages. They want something to happen very quickly. They do like instant gratification, and they definitely like having their healthy ego fulfilled. They may also message you and be like, I'm feeling really good about something. I have really good news. This is making me feel on top of the world. I love this feeling. But they're a little busy right now. Their schedule might be a little crazy. They might want to rest quite a bit. It's like they'll manifest this when they're ready to. Right now, they want to focus on this feeling they have that's really good. They feel really good about themselves. This will irritate you a bit because what came out for you, they did not want me to use this deck for you guys. They said just for this person, but they did want me to use the Arrows of Love Oracle deck for you. Love lyrics, integrity, realization, Cactus Heart. Love lyrics. That's what this like communication. That's communication. You may be realizing something about this person. You may feel like they speak to you in sort of a passive aggressive way with a lot of hidden messages and innuendos. I think you wish they would communicate in a different way. Did they just like write a Grammy-winning song and you're realizing it's about you? That ticks you off. I think you're feeling a little guarded with them right now. Because here's what you're looking like. See, for the last 2 weeks, the messages I was picking up on between you and another person were, I mean, this is like the third week in a row you've gotten aces. So like this beginning. Let me guess. Wait, let me guess. Tell me if this is right. They come in, but then they pull away, and then they come in and they pull away. It's all to create like this bravado and to give them a feeling of control. Like, I'm the one manifesting this. This is making you nervous and anxious. You're listening to your intuition. You're not really sure how you feel. You also do not feel the need, like you're playing your cards really close to the vest right now. You're like, they're saying something that's causing you to go, oh God, I don't know what's going on here with this person. I'm not sure really how I feel about this person. And then your action is the Queen of Swords. So all of a sudden your walls are up, I think, to a degree. If you're a masculine, you're worried about this chick. Or maybe you're worried about a Pisces or a Cancer, someone who's Cancer, Pisces, maybe. Your intuition does seem tickled here a bit. You've got like a niggling feeling. So your action towards them is to be very, very direct. Clarifying. I'm thinking you're like, okay, I have to think critically about this. And as much as this person likes to be a leader, I'm all about self-leadership and nobody leads me. Because this is a pretty independent person. High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Like nobody, I just heard... This is actually a phrase I'm fond of using. I just heard, when I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Oh, something about this is a little triggering to you. Clarifying the Queen of Swords is the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Tower. And again, strength. So it's like all these messages and all this cool stuff. And this person's like, isn't this great? Isn't this super cool? I'm feeling really charismatic. I'm feeling like an alpha. I'm feeling like a leader. I'm feeling good about myself. And we're manifesting this. And I think what's happening for you, Libra, is you're like, when I think about the future, I see myself maybe leaving. Like, I think you, when you think about the future, you anticipate that it's not going to work out between the two of you. You anticipate that in the future, this will blow up and you'll just leave it all behind. It's also possible that like maybe your partner just got like a really great new job and they're so excited and they're like, babe, and if we do this and I get this job and I go here and I go there, it's going to bring in a great opportunity for you. And I did all this for you. And you're like, well, maybe I didn't want my whole life to change. Like, why don't you manifest your life? I'll manifest mine. Also, Libra, with Heal, Chiron coming out in communication, this may trigger you. Watch out for the way you communicate with this person. You might be thinking about some worst case scenarios. There might be some things you have to leave behind and like start from scratch all over again if you move forward with this. You definitely want time to think about it. Like they're ready to go. They think that this is really great. They also seem somewhat unaware that you're irritated, but I think another part of them knows that you're irritated. This person's interesting. They're complicated. There's stuff about this person's energy that seems fun and seductive, but there's also some stuff about them that makes me a little, as I'm sensing the reading, I'm a little irritated with them. There is something low-key manipulative about them. And I think you can feel it. I think it's because you don't like the way they communicate, because you're having a realization about something. And it has to do with integrity, and it has to do with structure, and it has to do with like the way things are unfolding between the two of you. This person is a bit self-absorbed right now. They're very inspiring. Maybe they are inspiring you, but there's this part of you that really wants to remain sovereign. And I also think you don't like, I'm hearing some of you say like, I don't want him to inspire me. I want myself to inspire me. Like, I don't want him to tell me what my dreams are and how to make them come true. I tell me what my dreams are and how to make them come true. There's something irritating here. I'm also hearing that for my younger viewers, and I'm typically not, for myself, I'm not usually hearing my younger viewers, but I'm hearing someone in their early 20s. Your father doesn't celebrate you. Oh, but he'll pay for your brother to go to college, but not you. It's, they're a little bit misogynistic. Someone is a little bit of a misogynist, or maybe they have a father that's misogynistic to a degree, or just like so traditional. I heard that, but they're telling me to pull away from that. That was a message for like one person. But that's what's going on right now, Libra. This person wants to talk to you. They're going to be cute and fun and funny, but yeah, they're a little controlling and they are a little bit of a game player. It's disappointing. So I'm going to do an extended because I can feel your triggered energy, but I'm not 100% sure that this person's like gloating or being a jerk or bad news. These are just some things that you have to see about them right now that might disappoint you a little bit. You have to accept these things about this person if you want to be in like a long-term partnership of some kind with them. So you need to know this about them now. But I'm going to delve into it a little bit more deeply in the extended to see like if they'll maybe turn around, and once they're over their excitement, if they like settle down, become more of a team player, a little bit less alpha, a little bit less controlling. I want to see if that happens, because they do have it in them to like slow down, talk to you, talk about healing, happiness, freedom, their plans with you. I do think they want to talk to you about slowing all that down. They just might not be showing you that on the surface. So listen to your intuition about this person, Libra. Like, before you really invest in something here, you're going to have to communicate very clearly with them and open up to them about what's making you anxious here. All right, you guys, that's your love message for the next few next few days. I'm always listening to the universe for you. I'll see you next time.